my name is Baltes Octavian-Isaia. I am a graduate from Lucian Blaga University of Sibiu. I have my bachelor degree last year in computer science, and now I'm studying at my master's degree in advanced computer systems. Today, I'm going to present you my project assisted by Professor Adrian Florea. This was my bachelor project. The automation of assembly lines assisted by robotic arm and a mobile robot. Okay, so let's get started. The objectives of this project are the simulation of line automation using modeling languages, handling the robotic arm and the mbot, creating the model to solve the problem, writing the code to solve these problems or challenges, and prototype to simulate the AGVs in logistic processes. Here in the bottom right corner, we have an image with an AGV. I also have a video from a company from here, from Sibiu, from Continental. These are the AGVs. Our colleague present now, Mr. Mihozoiu, is working at this company. So yeah, this is what I'm trying to simulate, or what I'm trying to solve those challenges that the AGVs are doing right now. And of course, at a smaller scale, and also assisted by a robotic arm, which will collect the parts or the pieces that have to be stored in those containers. Okay, so this is what basically the AGVs are doing. Okay, to solve this project, I used the OMiLAB approach with those three main layers: the design thinking one, the conceptual modeling, and the cyber physical system layer. For the first one, the design thinking, I have used the Sim to Model tool created by OMiLAB Vienna using the ADA-XX language. And for anyone that doesn't know what this tool does, I will explain it a little bit. So basically, this tool can scan QR codes placed on a floor, on a piece of paper, and it can detect the QR code. It can scan it and put it into the tool. So from something physical, you can create your model into the software. So basically, you can create any scene physically. You can put those images wherever you want, or you want to create your model, and then you can press a button and insert everything into your software tool. Okay, so for my project, I have used with Sim to Model, I needed 4 scenes. So basically, the first scene is where the AGV will pick up a box containing multiple pieces, parts, or something like this, and then it goes to the robotic arm, which will store those parts in whatever container it has to be stored. And in the third scene, it's the robotic arm, which actually stores those parts. And the fourth scene is where the AGV is empty and gets back to the loading station and gets refilled. Okay, for a better image, these scenes in Sim to Model can be grouped in a storyboard to have a better understanding of how is the succession of the scenes. So you know which is the first step, the second step, the third step, and so on. Okay. In the second layer, the conceptual modeling, if in the design thinking one there was just a scene where only the creativity was involved, and you had an image of how it should work, but not exactly. In the conceptual modeling, we will explain exactly what is going to take place. So we have an explanation of the image using the PPMS language. Okay, so for the pickup process, here is my example. So the car arrives to the loading point. If the package is ready, we will pick it up and deliver it to the unpackage. If it is not ready, we will wait until it is ready and do the pickup and the deliver. Okay, so from the first four scenes, from those images, the translation to the conceptual modeling is done here. So basically, there are the same four scenes, but if in the first time it were only the images, now here are the explanations for every movement. Okay, and the third layer, the cyber physical system, is where the action takes place. So here we will see the mbot and the robotic arm doing their jobs. Okay, in the left picture, we have the mbot. In the middle, we have the path that the mbot has to follow to fulfill its job. And in the right image, we have the robotic arm, which will separate the parts. Okay, here is an image with the models I have used, every action that I have used in my project. To simulate this action, I have used the BIAP tool, also created by OMiLAB, to simulate these processes. Okay, and here I have an example of how a model looks like. So here in the left side, we have the submodel drop off at position left, which is created by 5 objects, let's say, 1 start object, 1 end object, and 3 models, 3 action objects. Okay, so in the first start object, we will set the URL we are trying to access. So in our case, we have to work with the robotic arm. So the robot URL will be the address of the Raspberry used for the robotic arm and the address for the arm. So dobot epic operation. Okay, and then we have to set the X position, Y position, and Z position to which the arm should move to. Okay, in the set map header action object, we will tell the application that we will work with the JSON object. In the move arm to position action object, we have this operation code which suggests that from the operations of the robotic arm, we will work with the move position action, and we will set the X, Y, and Z to those ones mentioned earlier. These are the X, Y, and Z positions of the container in the left side. Okay, in the drop object operation, we set URL to turn off the suction hub. So basically, when the arm reaches up outside of the container, it will turn off the suction cup, which will release the part into the right container. And then we have finished our stop model, and we ended with the end object. Here is a video presentation as a backup plan if things were not going very well, but everything is going fine. So I will present you how it's going. Just a second. Okay. So I will start it right now. Oops. I think in the meantime, maybe the mbot. Okay, it's working. Okay. And restart the camera. I think I have to restart the app entirely. Sorry for this. I will show you in few minutes until the app is back. In the meantime, I will tell you the conclusions and the developments. So I believe that this type of project has wide applicability and can be successful in industrial companies. And from a software point of view, I've used the app as a tool for the CPS part and the flowchart as a working method. And for design thinking and concept or modeling parts, I've used Synto model. In the future, I want to make the robotic arm smarter, attaching a camera so that the parts are separated based on QR codes. Apart from the automation problem, I want to make a project in which the arm is used as a 3D printer. As for the mbot, I want to attach at least 2 proximity sensors so that it can move alone as on an obstacle course. And also, we have received one more robotic arm and one mbot from the company I'm working at. And we will start creating more complex projects with more challenges. And also in this OMiLAB, we have created a scenario with a robotic self mbot parking, which can go to whatever I can show you in the camera. But in the meantime, I think it's working. Okay, so yeah, it's okay. Okay. Stă bine neagră? În spate. Stinse amândouă? Da. Okay. Sorry for this. It was unexpected. It should work. Okay, so it started. The mbot. The mbot has the parts in the container in front of it, and now it will go to the robotic arm where those parts should be stored. The first time that it will be stored in the left container. The red light appears when the mbot is not moving. So right now it starts and it's a red light and the W8 message appears, suggesting it's waiting. And after it's finished, it will turn green and the message will be set on go. So this is the first round, let's say. Now it will go to the loading station where the gas is. And it waited until it's loaded again, and then it shall go back to the roboting arm, and this time it will be loaded on the right side. I hope you can see it. The mbot stops. The robotic arm starts the operation. Okay, and that was it. I also want to show you with the camera how the OMiLAB looks like. Sorry, I forgot to press stop. So right now we got some new robotic arms and another assembly robot, and this is the other mbot here. And also here is the parking station with where a colleague of mine, Maria Muntean, if you remember her, created a self parking mbot in which you could select either of these places, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, where it should park, or it could be self automated, where you just tell the car to park, and wherever it found the empty spot, it will park there. Okay. These are the references, and that was my presentation. Thank you for your attention.